Space, the final frontier. These are the stories of the starship Shuffle and its mission to save the Federation from rebel tyranny. The last scout ship the Federation has, the Shuffle, narrowly escaped capture from the rebel fleet. The rebels are quickly advancing on the last Federation stronghold. The Shuffle's crew knows she must warn the Federation and acquire resources for the trials ahead. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my FTL roleplay story time. I'm really not sure quite what to call it yet, but basically this is going to be a highly edited let's play showcasing playthroughs of FTL and the stories of the Shuffle and her crew. So let's get started. Once the Shuffle was a safe distance away from the rebel fleet, it picked up a distress signal. Wanting to investigate and help in any way we could, the Shuffle plotted course for the system. A small space station orbiting the planet there was having issues with its automated defense system, attacking its own crew. Using the Shuffle's firepower, we destroyed the automated system. The crew of the station was not very happy with the solution, but hey, at least their defenses weren't firing on them anymore. We salvaged what we could from the destroyed defense system. Not a bad start. It wasn't obvious where to go next, so we jumped to the next closest system in an effort to explore as many worlds as possible before leaving the sector. Once we did this, however, our captain Emily realized that there was only one system that connected to this sector exit. A bit of bad luck, because we won't be able to explore very many sectors without a lot of backtracking. On our next jump, we encountered a space station under construction that had lost contact with its cargo ship containing materials and supplies. We promised to help. In return, they gave us a few missiles and some FTL fuel. Once we looked at the map, though, it was obvious we weren't going to be able to help and still escape the rebel fleet. So, more or less, we completely debated them, taking the down payment and not doing the rest of the work. Feels bad, man. At the next jump, we encountered a pirate ship demanding a toll. We were like, lol, no. And so the pirates charged their weapons. Luckily, their first missiles missed, and we were able to take out their weapon systems with our own. After that, we disabled their shields, and it was over pretty quick. We took the scrap and jumped to the final system in the sector. Upon our arrival, a small shuttle hailed us. They were under attack by a pirate. We quickly intercepted and engaged the ship. Again, our main strategy was focusing down their weapon systems, but the pirates had the same idea, damaging our weapons, so we were only partially operational. However, the crew was quickly able to fix our weapons and ensure victory. After we saved the shell from the pirate, one of their crew offered to join us. Welcome aboard, Tai Yi, our new shields operator. The next sector we jumped to was held by the neutral Zoltans, but we didn't expect a warm welcome, as they were securing their borders and preparing for war with the rebel invaders, and didn't seem to distinguish us from them. This sector's exit had a lot more ways to get to it, so there should be plenty of opportunities to explore different systems. The first jump we made in this sector found us going toe-to-toe with a rebel invader. We had to defeat them quickly so they couldn't bring back word to the rest of the rebel fleet. The planet we were battling over had a strange effect on our systems that ended up shutting down our shields, but luckily, it happened to the rebel ship as well. While their shields were down from the ion blasts, we were able to focus down their weapon system. They tried to surrender, but we couldn't risk it, and besides, we needed the scrap. At the next system, we encountered another rebel, but we dealt with this one the same as the last. Our sensors indicated that there were 2 stores in adjacent sectors, but I was worried we didn't have enough scrap in order to buy anything impactful. So we hunted down a pirate in the next sector. We took care of him handily, and he was able to provide us with some extra scrap. The store we went to had extra systems for our ship that we could purchase. Cloaking would have been great, but we just didn't have enough money to afford it. We could afford a crew teleporter to invade enemy ships, but we really didn't have the manpower. So for now, we saved our scrap and just repaired the ship. We encountered another distress signal, but it turned out to be a trap set by a pirate. We took a bit of damage, but mostly made quick work of them. Eventually, while exploring the next sector, a Zoltan energy ship, which had impressive shields that absorbed many of our hits before being penetrated. They were able to hit us with a lot of firepower. They put up a good fight, but eventually we did get the best of them. we were able to exit the sector and advance to the Mantis homeworld. The Mantis are a warrior race and never back down from a fight, so we knew we had to be careful. While exploring, a Mantis interceptor engaged us right above a sun, causing rooms in our ship to catch on fire. As if that wasn't enough, the Mantis ship was also teleporting crew members on board to attack our systems. Eventually we were victorious, but not unscathed. At the next system, an oddly familiar story about a haywire defense system arose. But this time the defense system was stronger than our own weapons and badly damaged our ship. After another brief fight with the Mantis interceptor, we were able to go to a store, and this time we had a large amount of scrap. There we ended up repairing the ship, buying a new crew teleporter, and hiring a Mantis to arm it. With our shiny new crew teleporter, we went out exploring again. We got into yet another brawl with the Mantis interceptor. The teleporter really came in handy, allowing us to damage their weapons by having our crew attack it directly. At the sector exit, a ship with strange markings really wanted to dock with our ship, but we weren't that gullible. So the pirate fighter charged its weapons to attack. Instead of just blowing it up, we tried to kill all their crew with our teleporter, leaving the ship intact, which would have given us more scrap. But it proved pretty tough, and we didn't really want to risk our crew, so we teleported our crew members back on board and just finished off their ship. Oh well, on to the next sector. Another distress call caught our attention. It was a shuttle maneuvering through an asteroid belt. We offered to teleport them aboard using our crew teleporter. They didn't trust us, but really didn't have any other choice because of their impending doom. But once Zaramir, a weapons expert, decided that we were on the up and up, he offered to join our crew. Now we were able to put 2 people on the teleporter. Another distress signal caught our attention, and it turned out to be another Federation ship. They had run out of FTL fuel and were stranded. Just now we realized how little fuel we actually had ourselves, but we gave them some anyway in hopes that we would get a good reward, and hopefully we would be able to find a store soon. We warped into the next sector, and we were met by an NG ship accusing us of harboring a malicious computer virus, even after TJ swore he had stopped visiting those sites. We tried to have Zeromar reason with his people, but apparently the computer virus just vaporized him. This is exactly what the NG had been afraid of. They powered up their weapons and fired on us. They were equipped with drones that could shoot down missiles, and weapons that could interrupt our shields. Our only hope was to teleport the crew aboard the Engi ship and fight them, as we weren't able to get through their shields with our weapons. But they also had healing abilities, and as we tried to defeat their defenders, they slowly whittled down our defenses with their lasers. In hindsight, we should have realized that we could have just jumped away, but what are you gonna do? Slowly the NG were able to defeat us. And so ends the story of the Starship Shuffle.